Hola, it's Gabby here for Crafty Gabby, and today I'm going to make another card inspired on vacation in beach. You don't know, maybe romance, because we find this awesome bottle in the beach with amazing messages of love or adventure. Okay, I'm going to cut the shaker part of the die cuts, and I'm going to cut green acetate to put it in the bottle. I also, as you see before, I colored the part of the bottle in distress ink with mauve lamp. Mauve lamp? Yeah, mauve lamp. And now I add double-sided stick tape, and I'm going to glue my acetate, and after that I'm going to add my foam double-sided sticky thing. My words are out of my mind. Well, as you see here, I'm doing the double side foam. I don't know what is this called. Let me see. This is called adhesive foam. Double side adhesive foam. In Spanish, it's espuma adhesiva. Okay. When I finish to doing this, I'm going to start stamping the elements that are going to be inside. The $100, I think is the name of that. Oh, no, not yet. I'm going to stamp the message. I'm going to add washi tape with words in the paper cardstock, and I'm going to glue it very well, and then I'm going to stamp it and then use the die cut to cut it. Sorry that my camera is moving, is because every time I put zoom in, zoom out, or touch it, she moves. I need to find me a camera with remote control, something like that, because it moves a lot. Sorry about that. As you see here, I'm cutting the message in the bottle for the bottle, and I'm going to also stamp in red the little stamp that look like strings. When I was looking that strings in the stamp set, I was like, oh, this is not going to do the effect that I want. But when I stamp it and when I die cut it, it looks awesome. I love it. These people really know what they're doing. Well, after that, I'm going to leave that. Oh, you can add a little bit of yellowish stuff with your distress into this, but because my acetate is green, it's not going to look that much. But if you put the acetate clear, it will look nice if you see the message that is getting old and wrinkled, stuff like that. Now I'm going to start stamping the other elements, like the $100, the snails, and the stars. I stamped 3 of each one, and I colored in different colors without care. I didn't wash too much that I went out of the line, because I'm going to cut it with the die cuts. I also add a little bit of the glitter details with the glitter gel pencils, but you're not going to see this inside the bottle. You can add them just for fun and to get a little bit more occupied with your craft, but that's about it. Or maybe, like I said, if you use a clear acetate, they will show more. After that, I'm going to start adding my things to the bottle. Before, I'm going to use the powder, the anti-static powder, and after that I'm going to add the message and the old goodies that I already colored and cut. I'm also going to add caviar beads in gold and distress glitter I don't remember the name, the color of this distress glitter, but it's the one that looks like sand. I love to use this glitter for sand. After that, I'm going to glue it to another bottle, and it was a little bit out. I cut the surrounding of that. I don't want the white part to be seen, and I'm going to stamp the core in the core paper, core, I don't know. I have this so long that I don't even know what it's called. But you see the second, I cut another piece of the bottle because the first one gets so wrinkled using it. I don't know if it was the paper or that I moved it a lot when I was gluing it. Then I cut the second one and I cut the top part in the core to look like it's inside the bottle. Now I'm going to glue it, and my bottle is almost ready. I'm going to rip a piece of paper, cardstock. This is normal cardstock, and I'm going to start making my scene. It's like a picture scene. I'm going to do the sky, the sea, and the sun. And in the piece that I cut, I'm going to add the same color that I add to the sun. That I use old paper. No, I didn't use old paper. I use antique lining. Yes, that's what I use. I didn't have to color the sand for the background because the other one is going to cover it, but just to be sure, and one of the corners it shows, but most of the work that I did in this part of the car, it was lost under the other sand, but I did it anyway. It's a good practice. Now I'm going to start adding the sea with darker colors for the sky, and after that I'm going to glue my bottle. Okay, after I glue my bottle, you see in the top part I have to use foam tape, and I'm going to glue my second layer of sand. For doing this, I just trace the car backwards, and I'm going to add the foam tape inside the line and in the corners. That's about it. And after that, I will glue it on and cut the excess of the paper on the sides. Now I'm going to grab the same distress glitter, and I'm going to add Mod Podge. You can do it with matte Mod Podge or glossy. I rather to do it with glossy because sometimes when you walk in the beach, in the sand is very shiny. It looks like have glitter on it. And I'm going to add a heavy coat in the border just in the border. And as you see, the rib of the paper look like it's a little bit wet, and I was thinking if I add glitter to the part, it's going to be like the sand is wet, but I carry on crazy with the mix that I did, and I add glitter to all the bottom part. And the color in the background, it gets a little bit lighter, but I darker with my vintage photo distress ink. To do this part, of course, you have to wait for the glitter to dry very well. After that, I'm going to start doing stamping the message. That is going to say just message, and inside you can add whatever you want. And these three little I don't know how they call it. In Spanish it's gaviotas, but in English I really don't know how they call it, like but let's just say birds. I add 3 of those, and I decide to add to the bottle glossy accents. You will see that later on. The line was not very defined with the sky, and I decided to grab my color pencils and add 2 shades of blue, one darker and one lighter, and do like a ombre effect. Not all the way down, I did it just like in the top of the sea. Okay, like I said before, I decided to add the glossy accent because it's a bottle, have to look like it's made out of glass and shiny, and because the space where I have to add the glossy accent is not that much, because I get a little bit scared when the space where I have to add the glossy accent is big. I don't know why, but I do. I'm adding a little bit of the mix with the distress glitter and the Mod Podge in some places, a little bit more, and I'm going to add little jewels in. It's a very dark, like all gold color, is almost the color of the sand in here. I'm going to add some of these little jewels here and there, and my card will be done after that. Well, thank you for watching my videos. I hope you like it. On the next card, goodbye.